welcome back to Nightly Nerds. I'm Tote.
And I'm Ginger.
And we're playing
Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild. And market fresh strawberries.
Don't start that again.
Oh, who's that?
It's the old guy.
Whoa.
Quite the enigma here. These towers have spread up across the land. It's almost as though a long, dormant power has awoken suddenly.
Quite suddenly. Oh.
Truth be told, I saw the whole thing untold from far. Direction coming from the castle. Nail on the head, did I? It's one of my favorite things about Zelda games. You choose the opposite answer and they're just like, oh, okay. It's my favorite thing to do in a Wind Waker.
I would love to play Wind Waker. I was in that camp when it came out of being upset.
Oh, yeah.
Because, well, it was partly their own fault. Because if you remember, they did like a teaser trailer like a year or two before, and they did it in the Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask style with upgraded graphics for the time. It wasn't that much upgraded, but it felt like it, you know?
Yeah.
And anyway, so they did this teaser of like, hey, we're going to do another Zelda game, another 3D Zelda. And so everyone got super excited for it. And then eventually they announced the GameCube. And then they finally released, and then they finally showed Wind Waker. And everyone's like, what the heck is this? You know, this cel-shaded cartoon style Zelda. We all wanted this epic Ocarina of Time style Zelda game. And I was a little bit in that camp. Now, I didn't have a cube at the time. I eventually got a cube, but I never got Wind Waker. And I did play a little bit with a friend, but looking back, it's probably the better one. Of all the ones that came out at that time, it's probably one of the best ones.
Yeah. Oh, it had like the most, like, next to this one, it was prior to Breath of the Wild coming out, like, Wind Waker had the most open world.
Open world, yeah. It had a lot going for it. Oh, you're gonna drown.
Yeah, I am. So you see what happens when you
drowned. Oh no.
You lose HP and you start back to where you were.
Ah. You got it this time though. Now I don't agree with that with the stamina bar. Oh.
It's fine.
Game over.
The game saves a lot every time.
Game over. So it's just pick up right after you talk to the old guy, probably.
Pretty much. Which
battle tip?
It's not very far from where we were.
But yeah, I would love to play Wind Waker sometime. Like actually play it.
If you ever still plan to get a Wii U, they have the remastered version.
Yeah. I've got to fix my phone.
Yeah.
I dropped it. Actually, I didn't drop it. Did I tell you what happened?
No.
So, I went and did a photo shoot with a buddy of mine for these models. And he was doing it as a free gig. Like, to mutually benefit each other. He gets to practice. Basically, he got to do whatever he wanted in the shoot. Like, he kind of controlled the shoot mostly. And they got a free photo shoot out of it. Right? Okay. And one of these are I don't want to be mean, but these are probably two of the stupidest women I've ever met in my life. They were not that smart. They were very immature. Very immature. Like, you'd think they were like 12. The way they talked to each other and the way they whined and complained and did things and the cadence of the way they spoke. It was just very... I was holding my tongue a lot. Right? Because they were getting like a free thing out of this and they were not appreciating what they were getting.
Excuse me.
Anyways, as we were wrapping up, I had my phone on top of my in a gimbal and on a tripod, and I put it on top of the car. And we were packing things up. And one of the girls was a little upset because we had to pack up because we ran out of time. Well, the reason we ran out of time is because they were an hour and a half late. We had no light.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so it was their fault. We kept calling them like, hey, we got to go if you want to do this, or we're not going to be able to do it because we were doing an outdoor photo shoot. And But we still got a lot done. They still got like a really good shoot out of it. It just didn't get to do as much as they wanted to do because we ran out of time. Anyway, so she kind of huffing and puffing and got in the car. And as she got into the car, she kind of like down hard, and it shook the car enough that the phone fell. In the gimbal onto dirt, but I think because it was in the gimbal, the way it hit, it shattered my screen.
Oh, goodness.
That sucked. So, yeah. And it was like, I was mad because like if she hadn't done that, it wouldn't have fallen. But at the same time, I shouldn't have put it on top of the car.
Yeah.
I should have set it on the ground. My hands were full, which is why I did that, but I should have took the extra like half second to like rearrange things and set it on the ground. So I couldn't get like super angry at this person, but I could definitely be annoyed. So I was definitely annoyed. Sucked so much. And it's like $100 to fix my phone. It's not too bad considering. But yep, so Larry's got to pinch some pennies for the next week or so. Oh man, that's crazy. So you can control the metal ones?
Oh.
Ow.
Dang it.
What are you trying to do?
You'll see. Dang it.
Well, don't go down trying to do it. Or you like reflect it back or something? Ah.
Perfect guard.
An ancient screw? Oh, jeez. Well, that didn't work.
No, it did.
Oh, that's cool. You're like Magneto. Woo! Ah, sneaky, sneaky.
Oh no, I remember what I gotta do.
What do you gotta do?
I gotta do some classic seesaw action.
Ah. That is a cool, I know, I like that ability that they've given you for this one.
Nope. Alright, that's fine.
You gotta pick the big one up again.
Where is the big one at?
I don't know. I think it was on the other side.
I gotta get back up there anyways.
Where did it go?
Did it despawn on me? Oh crap. Alright, I guess I'm just gonna...
Could you climb on that and get up?
That's what I'm gonna have to do.
Well, I'll be.
I'll just have to come back and get it later.
What was in the chest?
Usually weapons, items. No armor, sadly.
Is that a person? That is a person.
Yep, it's a Sheikah.
Ah.
Guardians.
Oh. Resolve of a true hero. I am Oman Ah, the creator of this trial. I am a humble monk, blessed with the sight of goddess Helia, and dedicated to those. Blah, 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 blah.
Who want to defeat Ganon? With your arrival, my duty is now fulfilled.
And then just dies, like, crumbles to dust.
Allow me to bestow this gift upon you.
So, one of the things that I've gotten huge into lately is, well, watching videos of fake martial arts.
Yeah.
I cannot help myself. And there's a handful of places. There's Bullshido, which is a website, a forum, which identifies fake martial artists that are like trying to teach, or that open schools and stuff. Some people get on there and get a little too overzealous and just go after people who might not necessarily fake, but who are not the best. But for the most part, there's a lot of charlatans out there. And another one is McDo Joe Life, which I recommend if you have Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube to subscribe. Find McDo Joe Life, like McDonald's, McDo Joe Life, and subscribe and watch the videos that the guy posts on there. They're great. And they're trying to do a documentary about it and get it on Netflix. So I'm hoping that works out for them. But they just gather, information and videos from online of these fake martial artists. These people who like claim they can ball up chi and knock you over with it without touching you. No touch masters, one touch death. All these guys, that pressure point guys, acupuncture guys that claim they can use those like points to control your body, which is all bullcrap. All the way up to Aikido, which Aikido is more of a discipline than a martial art. I would say it's more on the art side than martial. Doesn't really necessarily work, especially against anyone who's halfway trained or decent at fighting. But anyway, I love watching that stuff. But there's like this part of the issue with these charlatans is like, well, they're just doing their own thing. Well, who cares, right? But the problem is they can suck people in. It's almost like a cult.
Yeah, it is.
And there's this like weird thing that I've noticed whenever I've investigated cult-like stuff. There's like one of the ways to get people who you wouldn't think you could get into a cult is using like mysticism from the East. Because like for some reason like they could totally like they'll like anything Christian, they'll scoff at it. But if you bring in any kind of like Buddhism or kind of, Eastern mythology into it, they're like, oh, like I respect this. Because I think because they didn't grow up with it. I'm talking like white people, right? Like these upper class white people. For some reason, if it's mysticism from the East, they'll trust it. And that monk just reminded me of these. There's all these like these monks that live in India and stuff. These guys that what do they call them? Gurus and stuff.
Oh yeah.
That they'll claim they haven't eaten in like 15 years. And they'll be really thin and like really like humble and stuff, and like kind of almost like live on the street in a way, but they are supposed to be holy men, and they get money from people. Like people give them money to like as offerings. But it's like they're charlatans. There's no, you can't, it's impossible, But it's like, oh, this is the mysticism of the East. It can't be lying. Look at this humble, like even like the Dalai Lama. This is gonna sound bad, but like the Dalai Lama, he's this religious leader, almost like a living Buddha from Tibet, who's been ostracized from his own country because of the Chinese. And what he stands for is a good thing, right? He wants freedom for Tibet, break away from the tyranny of communism, freedom of religion. There's all this stuff that he wants. But at the same time, people act like everything he says is so deep and so like, but have you ever seen an interview with the Dalai Lama? He's not that mind-blowing. He's just kind of a simple, humble guy. He's intelligent, but he just speaks in very simple phrases because English isn't his first language. I'm not sure what language he does speak natively, whatever they speak in Tibet, where he's from. Or it might not even be that because he had to leave at such a young age. He might speak some other dialect of Chinese or something more. I don't know. But so you can do the same thing to these guys?
Dang it. Nope, not anymore.
Your shield's broke. Run, bro. Run. Poor Link. Whoa.
Because that will one-shot me right now.
Go right, go right, go right, go right. Woo.
Yep, there. Oh, not dead.
I think you just got grazed by it. Anyway, so it's just like, so yeah, but that monk who was in the, I don't think you're gonna make that. Woo, fooled me, or proved me wrong. Can you get him to blow that open?
No, but
oh, that'd be kind of cool.
Oh, we've already seen this before. It's gonna be the same thing every time.
There's just something about that stuff, anyways. Like I also am a big fan of the Amazing Randy.
The Amazing Randy.
Yeah, he's a magician.
Oh yes.
And he would go around and like, here's the difference between a magician and a charlatan. A magician tells you he's gonna fool you and that it's a trick. A charlatan tries to get you to believe that it's mysticism or magic or spiritualism or something. They do the same thing, but a magician this is for fun, this is a trick. I'm going to trick you. Where a charlatan, there's like fake mystics and psychics and mediums and stuff. They're trying to trick you, and the reason they're trying to trick you is they want something from you. Whether it's money or your loyalty or they want something from you. And some people will claim, well, they're not hurting anybody, but they are. They do cause problems. They're giving people false hope. People die from this stuff. Like that's the problem with the McDojos. These guys, these fake martial arts guys that tell you can one touch hit this guy, or you can no chi, you can chi no hit this guy and defend yourself. And so you're out there and you go to defend yourself and you just get killed or stabbed or beaten, and you should have run away or asked for help and you didn't because you thought you could handle it because you're a no touch chi master now, right? Because you've been training for this guy for years.
Yeah.
And it's so ridiculous. But I loved Amazing Randy because he would go after those people, and he ended up crossing into that martial arts realm too, because there's a lot of these guys that do a little bit of both. And what's also crazy is when you dig into these guys, not all of them, I'm not gonna say all of them, but a lot of them have a lot. I mean, they're career criminals. Like their past will have some shady stuff in them. Like a large group of them are sometimes pedophiles.
Yeah.
Who've been convicted of things, and then like they go from town to town changing their name and opening dojos for children. So it's like, gosh. And people get sucked into it and believe it for some reason. Drives me insane. And you watch and you're like, how do you get sucked into that? It looks so stupid when you're watching it. But if you really kind of like, look at it, it's not that hard.
No.
To get sucked in, because people get sucked into that kind of stuff all the time, and that's why there's cults or pyramid schemes. Woo! Nicely done.
Thought it was a little further out, but guess not. Oh, that's the other thing that bugs me about this one, just because I'm not used to it.
It's feeling so much better.
There's no auto jump when you get to ledges anymore.
Also, you have to jump?
You have to jump.
I kind of like that, though.
I don't, because jump is polar opposite of run.
Oh, I see. That's going to be a problem.
And you can do a setting switch to
remap it?
To remap, or sorry, to swap jump and run.
Oh, but you can't move it?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Oh, this game. Shoot another one, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Just got more to break.
Just gotta wait for it to come back.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. That's no bueno. I feel so much better now. I have come alive. The pain is almost completely gone.
Oh yeah. And see that this thing teaches you how the pistons work. Like there's a little ball that's bouncing back and forth with you.
Oh, that's awesome. Amber, is there a mosquito in it with dinosaur DNA?
Nope. Nope. But we had amiibos. We could summon the freaking wolf from Twilight Princess.
So, the Vanity Fair and Wired and a couple of those like traditional magazines have like the YouTube pages and videos and stuff they do now, and a lot of them do those like.
Oh, dang.
Like a lawyer reacts to courtrooms from TV shows or movies and stuff like that, or a real life doctor reacts to surgery and movies and stuff like that. Is this realistic at all? How good is it? And I watched this one with this forensics guy, and it was really interesting because he was like, he was trashing some of these things. So they were just like cross-contaminating and breaking all these rules, all of these procedural cop shows and some movies and stuff where they're just doing everything they're not supposed to do. But one of the funniest parts was he was doing the was it The Other Guys? Is that what it was? With Will Ferrell and
yes,
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
And he was doing the scene when Will Ferrell's Prius gets stolen, and then they get it back, and the guy's explaining everything that happened in it, and it was like the most accurate scene. Because like he's like everybody in like all the forensics guys that were in the garage with the car, he's like they're all wearing what they're supposed to be wearing, doing what they're supposed to be doing. They've moved it to a different location that's sterile and secure. So the only thing that wasn't accurate was the stuff they were talking about. There's no way you would know how many guys were in the orgy, or you know, the homeless guys that had the orgy in his car and stuff, or all this like ridiculous stuff in there. There's these things they wouldn't necessarily know, but it was like, it was just hilarious. He's like, yeah, of all the video clips we've watched today, this is one of the most accurate ones, and it's done completely for comedy.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna end this episode
Of Nightly Nerds. As always, I'm Tote.
And I'm Ginger.
And we'll catch y'all on the flip side.
Bye-bye.
Hey, did you like that video?
Well, if you did, click the box on the right for another.
Click the box on the left for a playlist.
Of course, you could always just subscribe by clicking the link in the middle.
Come find us on social media.
There are links in the description below.
Don't be afraid to leave us a comment.
Thanks for watching. I'm Tote.
I'm Ginger. See you then.
Bye.